I've just come from Queen Victoria Hospital, East Grinstead. It's now the 27th of June 2007 at 10:57. I was with my wife at 9 o'clock, and then she was very worried because her blood pressure was high yesterday. I think it was 180 over 70 or something like that. The high number was a bit too high. So, and then they were questioning about her asthma as well, so they were telling her that she might have to have a tube down her throat, which of course made her, worry a lot. So when I mentioned my father-in-law, he went into hospital, he had Stevens-Johnson syndrome, and he had to have a tube down his throat, and it's the worst thing possible you can imagine, because especially someone who's got asthma and breathing is an issue, to have a tube in it to feel it. So she was very worried about that. Her eye pressure had come down through the Dimox tablets, which they told her to increase to 4. Get it down to 23 so they can operate easier. So then I went into the anaesthesia room with her. And she likes me to come because she had a bad experience once, so this is my 3rd time, I think. And this was the best one though. We had to wait for the surgeon to turn up, but they put her to sleep very quickly. But there was one moment in there where she started crying when one of the surgeons who's visiting this country, she came and she gave a salam and she hugged her and kissed her on the head, and that made Sarah realise how all these people are around doing things for her. That was very difficult. It's very difficult as well to hold your emotions, because you can't start crying, because if you start crying, and I'm a very emotional person, then that's going to make her worse. She will feel the fear because I'm crying, so I have to be strong and hold it in and cry afterwards, like I was doing when I was walking back from Queen Victoria. I kept thinking about her, I kept thinking that she said to me as well, she said sorry to me because of all the headache that I'm causing her, that she's causing me. That started. At that time I had to hold myself to say, no, it's nothing, you're the one going through it. But those words repeated to me as I was walking down the road to this B&B, her saying sorry to me and the situation and what she's going through now. She's under the knife as I speak now, so I'm going to go back in a minute. It should take about an hour and a half, and recovery about an hour as well, I expect. So we're just praying that everything goes okay, there's no complications, everything works out, and that she especially doesn't have to have a tube down her throat for breathing, because it's very difficult. I remember when father-in-law had it, he was coughing, because you feel it in the back of his throat, and you cough to try and get it out, and you have to relax yourself and acknowledge that the pipe's there and just try and work with it, but that's very difficult, especially someone who's got asthma as well. So I hope she doesn't have to do that, because I don't know. It's a bad thing to see, but also it's a bad thing to actually experience. So, but this is another thing where the time plays an effect. At this moment, she's under the knife for time. We don't know what the outcome's going to be. Well, as I'm recording this, we don't know the outcome, but by the time I come back in the evening and record another one, the outcome will be known. I'll know whether she's got a pipe. We won't know about the eye, whether it's worked or not. That's till tomorrow. But she was very worried. They worried her a lot. Oh, and also, by the way, when she went to the anaesthetic room, we were praying that please let the pressure come down, please let everything be okay. When she went to the anaesthetic room, they did a blood pressure check again. Alhamdulillah, with the mercy of Allah, the pressure was down to 148 over 78, I think, which is a much better number, close to average, I believe. But they made her take inhalers as well, the salbutamol and the other one, bromide or something like that, the brown one and the blue one, because she's going to be laying flat on her back, and that's difficult for people with asthma, although she only has it very mildly. She hasn't had the blue one for over 2 months, and the brown one she only had when she had chest infection. Anyway, that's it for now.